Welcome to Finaco Connect. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the invoice scanner utility in Finaco Connect. If you're an accountant, an auditor, or a business owner and you spend a lot of time manually entering invoices into Tally, this utility is going to make your workflow much faster. You simply scan or photograph the invoice from your phone or select a PDF or image file from your phone or computer. The AI analyzes the invoice, extracts the party name, invoice number, date, GST details, line items, everything. And then with a single click, it goes directly into Tally. Let me show you how it works. I'll click on Invoice Scanner. And here is the Invoice Scanner page. You can see the screen is divided into two sections. On the left side here, we have the QR code for mobile scanning, and below that is the invoice queue. This is where all the scanned invoices will appear. On the right side, this area will show the invoice preview and all the extracted details once we scan something. And at the top here, you can see the import mode option. It's set to with inventory right now. If you want stock items to be pushed to Tally, keep it on with inventory. If you only need the accounting entries, you can switch it to without inventory. This can be changed at any time. Before we start scanning, let me explain the two scanning methods that are available. The first method is local scan. This is when your phone and computer are on the same Wi-Fi network. You simply scan this QR code with your phone and it opens a scanner page in your phone's browser. The second method is remote scan. This is designed for situations where someone is in a different location, maybe a different city. You create a client profile, share a unique scanner link with them, and they can scan and upload invoices from wherever they are. And you do not even need Finaco Connect running on your computer. When you open Finaco Connect later, all the scanned invoices load automatically. On both the local and remote mobile scanner pages, you can take photos using the camera, choose images from your gallery, or select PDF and image files from your phone. And here on the desktop, there is also a From File button for files saved on your computer. Let me demonstrate each method. I'll scan this QR code with my phone, and as you can see on the mobile screen here, the Finaco scanner page has opened. At the top, it shows Local Network Scanner with a green Local badge. This confirms the phone is connected to the desktop. On the mobile screen, you can see three buttons here. The first one, Tap to scan invoice. This opens the camera directly. The second one, Choose from gallery, if you already have a photo saved on the phone. And the third, Select files. This lets you pick PDF files or images from your phone storage. I'll tap on Scan Invoice to capture a photo. I'll take a clear photo of this invoice, making sure the entire document is visible and the lighting is good. Here is the preview on the mobile screen. You can see the captured image at the top. Below the image, there is an edit strip with three tools. The first one is Crop. This removes extra background from the image, and it supports both auto crop and manual cropping. Next is Rotate. This corrects the orientation if the image came out sideways. Retry. This lets you retake the photo if it's not clear. Now down at the bottom, there are three action buttons. Save. This saves the invoice locally, so you can review all saved invoices later and upload them together. Send. This sends the invoice to the desktop immediately, and after sending, the camera opens back up automatically so you can capture the next invoice without any delay. And Cancel. This discards the current scan. And you can see this green Add Page button on the image here. This is for multi-page invoices. This particular invoice has two pages, so I'll tap Add Page to capture the second page. I've captured the second page. You can see it now shows 2 of 2 at the top. I can swipe between both pages. They are bundled together as a single invoice. Let me tap Send to upload this. And you can see the camera has opened again automatically, ready for the next invoice. I'll quickly capture another invoice. This one is just a single page. Captured and sent. This is how back-to-back scanning works. After each send, the camera returns immediately, so you can continue without interruption. And on the desktop here, you can see both invoices have appeared in the queue on the left side, listed one below another. The AI is now analyzing them and extracting all the details. One more thing on the mobile screen. You can see there is a Manage Invoices button here. Tapping on this opens a screen that shows all sent and saved invoices. For saved invoices, you can upload them all at once, view the images, or delete them. This is useful when you want to scan a whole set of invoices first, review them, and then upload everything together. Now let me click on the first invoice here in the queue. You can see all the scanned invoices listed one below another on the left. When I select one, the right side shows all the extracted details. The scanned invoice is displayed as a PDF document, so you can review it clearly. Now let me point out the type field here. You can see it shows options like sales, purchase, expenses, and fixed assets. The AI automatically detects whether it's a sales or purchase invoice. But if this invoice should be treated as expenses or fixed assets, you can change the type here. When you select expenses or fixed assets, you'll notice a ledger column appears at the end of the line items. Here you can assign a specific ledger to each line item. When this is pushed to Tally, instead of creating stock item entries, it creates a journal voucher using the ledgers you've specified. And if multiple line items share the same ledger, the amounts are automatically combined into a single entry. The type is also part of the party mapping. So once you push an invoice with a particular type for a party, the next time that party's invoice is scanned, the type auto-selects. You can always update this from the Mappings tab as well. You can see the party name field. If a mapping for this party already exists from a previous push, or if a matching ledger is found in your Tally data, it fills in automatically. But right now, since this is the first time we are processing this party, you can see the small invoice icon next to the name. This indicates the name is coming directly from the invoice and has not been matched to a Tally ledger yet. When I click on the drop-down, if there are matching ledgers in Tally, they will be listed here. I'll manually provide the correct party name. Now when I push this invoice to Tally, this mapping will be saved automatically. So the next time an invoice from this party is scanned, the correct Tally name fills in by itself. And if you need to update any mapping later, you can do that from the Scanner Manager. And down here are the line items. Each row has the item name, HSN code, quantity, rate, taxable amount, and tax columns. All of these fields are fully editable. Now the items follow the same mapping system as the party name. If a mapping already exists for an item, you see the correct Tally stock item name filled in automatically. If the item is still showing the raw name from the invoice, you can see the invoice icon on that field. Clicking the drop-down shows all stock items from Tally, and you can select the correct one. Units work the same way. Each item has a unit mapping. When a mapped unit exists for that item, it fills in automatically. Otherwise, you can select it from the drop-down. Let me change the first item name and its unit here to show you how this works. Everything looks good. Let me click Push to Tally here. After clicking Push to Tally, the system is asking whether we want to set up the ledger mapping. This is because the purchase and GST ledgers for this invoice's tax rates are not mapped yet. I'll click Yes. It has navigated to the ledger mapping page. You can see the GST percentages that are present in the current invoice, in this case 18% and 28% for purchase. For each percentage, there are drop-down fields to select the purchase ledger, the CGST ledger, and the SGST ledger. If you already have purchase and GST ledgers created in Tally, you can select them from the drop-down list here. But if you have not created them yet, you can use the Autofill Ledgers button. This will automatically generate the ledger names, and these ledgers will be created in Tally when the invoice is pushed. I'll click Autofill Ledgers now. You can see all the fields are filled in. This is a one-time setup. You can actually do this mapping in advance from the Edit menu under GST Ledger Mapping. But since we have not done it yet, the system is prompting us now. Once we map it, it will not ask again. The next time you push an invoice with the same tax rate, the mapped ledgers will be picked up automatically. I click Save Mapping. Click OK on the confirmation. And the push is complete. You can see the summary showing how many vouchers were created and any masters that were auto-created. And if you need to make a correction, you can see the Undo Last button has appeared here. Clicking it reverses the last push. It removes those vouchers from Tally so you can make your changes and push again. You can see the vouchers we just pushed are now created here. Now let me show you remote scanning. This is especially useful for firms and professionals who manage multiple clients. Here is how it works. Suppose you are an audit firm with several clients and each client has their own Tally company data. In Finaco Connect, you create a client profile for each one and link it to the corresponding Tally company. When that client scans invoices using their unique link, those invoices automatically appear under the correct company in your invoice scanner. If you are a single business, you simply create one client profile and that covers everything. Let me create a client. I'll open Scanner Manager. Go to the Clients tab and click Create Client. You can see there are 3 fields here. The first one is Client Name. This is just a label to identify the client. The second is the Tally company drop-down. I'll select which company this client is linked to. And the third is the PIN, a 4 to 6 digit security code that the client will need to enter before scanning. Once I fill these in and create the profile, the system generates a unique scanner link. I'll share this link with the client. Now here's something important to understand. Even if Finaco Connect is not running on your computer, your client can still scan and upload invoices. When you open the Finaco Connect later, the invoices for the connected company will load automatically. Let me demonstrate this. I'll close Finaco Connect completely. The software is now closed. On the client's phone here, they open the scanner link, enter the PIN, and the scanner page loads with the same interface: camera, gallery, and file select options. They capture the invoice, tap Upload, and it's uploaded successfully. The AI processes it on the server. Now I'll open Finaco Connect. And here is the important part. I need to make sure the same Tally company is connected that this client is linked to, because invoices only load for the matching company. I'll open Invoice Scanner. And you can see the client's invoice has appeared here, with all the data extracted. Now notice something here. Earlier, we manually changed the party name, the invoice type, the first item, and its unit. Those mappings were saved when we pushed. So on this invoice, from the same party, you can see the party name is already correct, the type is auto-selected, and the first item name and unit are pre-filled. All from the mappings we created. No manual work is needed this time. And even if the software was already running, the same thing happens. Invoices from your clients appear in the queue as they scan them. Let me push this one as well. And done. That is the complete workflow. Scan, review, and push to Tally, whether locally or remotely.